BCI Coffee Break Podcast. My name is Allison Jackson with Mike Maloney right over there.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on? This month we have a presenting partner, the Haynes Group, the best. And then our lightning round sponsor is New Horizon Finishes. Mike, tell us a little bit about our presenting partners this month.
Yeah, shout out to the folks over at the Haynes Group. And, we'd like to just kind of go on their website and talk a bit about what's on their website, but it's their mission to plan, execute, and deliver projects that are delight every stakeholder. They like to plan. They ask the right questions to understand the wants, needs, and constraints of the customers so they can offer a tailored idea and solution to bring your vision to life. They execute, which means they provide the customer with a highly responsive and supportive project team whose sole focus is your satisfaction. And then they deliver. They take pride in delivering a premium quality project on time, accurately, and within budget. None of the podcasts would ever be possible without the help of our sponsors, great ABC members like the Haynes Group and New Horizon Finishes. They're a lightning round sponsor, another great lightning round coming up this week, but they offer a full array of finishes and wall covering services to its customers, and they pride themselves on providing their customers with the highest level of service, specializing in fast track commercial projects of all types. Thanks to them. This week it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to all the friends and lovers listening out there. And last night, yes, it was a big storm that didn't happen. Originally projected to get 8 to 12 inches pretty much across the state. Higher Western Mass was a total bust. So we're talking about that.
A dusting. Got nothing. Which I'm not disappointed.
I'm okay.
If you know me, you know that I don't like the snow. It's very pretty while it falls, and then it is annoying to deal with. You won't catch me shoveling. I don't have to do that. My very sweet boyfriend handles that all for me so that I don't have to lift a single finger, but I don't like to have to clean my car off, and I don't like to have to trudge through the snow, and I don't like to have to look at the gross muddy snow on the side of the road when it eventually and inevitably gets disgusting. So I'm pleased truly with the storm that didn't happen, because
here in New England, someone says snow, storm, people start to panic. It's get to the store, buy your bread and milk, buy your bread and milk. Maybe play a little excerpt on the podcast here, but it was a bust. It was an absolute bust. Not a lot of snow. They closed schools, they closed businesses, they closed work from home. My son's school canceled, things like that, and then it's a dusting, which I'm not complaining.
I mean, school's closed, so the kids got a day off, which is great. I mean, they're gonna get an extra day. I mean, the snow days are built in, I think, for them anyways. There won't be a lot, but luckily we have the privilege, I suppose, of being able to work from home, so we didn't have to kind of, stop what we were doing. We just kind of pivot to Zoom, and that's how we deal with our meetings, and we still get stuff done, which is great. Obviously, not everybody has a job like that.
We're very lucky. Very fortunate.
We were lucky, which is great.
It was 60 here Saturday, Sunday, right? Beautiful.
It was so nice out.
Washing cars, right? Putting shovels away, getting
I was
the yard
driving around
ready.
with all my windows down.
Yep. Blasting music, windows open at the car wash, right? And then Tuesday, they tell us it's going to be cold. Another storm coming, I think this weekend, a small storm coming through. But
Friday.
That's New England for you. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. That's how we all get sick like I am today.
Yep.
All right. This week on the podcast, we've got some great guests. I was able to have Sarah Reinhard and Matt Ryan from RCL Mechanical on with us. Great guests, great energy. They came very well prepared, and it was great to speak to them. So let's hear from them. Welcome to the podcast, the RCL Mechanical crew. I've got Sarah Reinhard with us. She is the assistant estimator, and Matt Ryan, the general foreman. Thanks, guys, for being on. Appreciate it.
No problem, Mike.
Thanks for having us.
And, for those that don't know or aren't familiar with who RCL Mechanical is, you must be living under a rock, because they're all over social media. I know Mark Mason's got his own thing going on, so we appreciate all the work that he does. And RCL Mechanical has been a past sponsor of the podcast, so we appreciate all the support. So we'll start with Sarah. Sarah, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what it is that you do for RCL Mechanical?
Absolutely. So my name is Sarah Reinhard. I am the assistant estimator. I also do some of our business development. I actually work with Mike on some of our indentured apprentices. So I wear a couple different hats, but I've been with RCL for about a year now. It was actually a career change for me. So I was a teacher in a past life, and now here I am a year later on a construction podcast. So truthfully, it's a pretty crazy ride for me, but I feel really lucky to be here today with Matt Ryan, who's been such a key component at RCL.
And I think I do remember Mark saying that, one time you were a teacher and then he brought you on board. How much different is it than being a teacher to dealing with people in the construction world?
So off the bat, is it different? Yes, of course. But truthfully, there's a lot of the same skills that transfer, which I think you don't always realize when you're in a role, how many skills can make that change. So I'm used to dealing with a lot of different people and dealing with different circumstances that come up right away. And I think that is one of my strengths. So it is very different, but definitely similar in the same sense as well.
And it doesn't seem like you've got any regrets moving from the teacher thing over to the estimator thing, right?
I don't. I really feel lucky to work at RCL every day. And it's been such an awesome transition for me. It's really exciting to find a new passion going forward within the construction industry. And it's not one that I had considered before, but one that I talk really passionately about now.
And Matt, how about yourself? Tell us a bit about yourself and what you do for RCL Mechanical.
So I've been at RCL now going on 4 years. Basically, I started out as a foreman in the field, just running projects, and then I've slowly advanced into the general foreman. So basically in charge of the foreman, apprentices, journeymen in the field, making sure manpower flows throughout on all the projects. And then I'm starting to work with Sarah, Jaylene, just building out a criteria to, get involved with training some of the apprentices, just because there's a big age gap in the industry right now. And that's the biggest thing, is getting the younger generation to understand the processes and understand, the next steps in their apprenticeship.
And for those that don't know who RCL Mechanical is, Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit of maybe some of the work that RCL Mechanical does and, what they kind of specialize in?
So RCL Mechanical, we basically specialize in 3 different styles: commercial, residential, and service. I handle most of the commercial aspects. So, large cultivations, apartment buildings, full warehouse renovations, tenant fit outs, restaurants, fast food restaurants. We're all over the place. The big thing going right now for us is veterinarian clinics. They're popping up more than Dunkin' Donuts is, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think, Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we have 3 or 4 going right now. And they just keep coming in the door.
That's fantastic. Why do you think that is, though? Why are more people opening veterinarian clinics, you think?
I honestly want to say because of COVID. Everybody was at home. Everybody said, hey, we're sitting at home. Let's get a dog. We actually have time to take care of the dog or the cat or whatever, you like. And I think that's really stemmed to, hey, we need more veterinarian clinics.
I think that's great. Sarah, how about you? What are some of the things that set RCL Mechanical apart from other companies?
I think even just in that MedGas field, with the veterinary clinics, our guys are MedGas certified. So, when contractors are coming to us, they know that they can trust us. I think RCL Mechanical has done a really great job of maintaining that mom and pop feel. So when contractors call us, they know that they can get in contact with us. They know who we are, but we operate on a really large scale. So that's something that we really provide and really pride ourselves in. So we do plumbing and HVAC on the commercial side. And like Matt said, really a wide range of job size, anything from a small fit out to a large cultivation. We're ready for anything in the mix there.
Matt, as far as some of the projects you worked on, what is kind of like a dream project, something you would love to work on?
I honestly like a large scale, multi-phase, like warehouse project where it's, like a fit out. We actually have a project that we're doing right now in East Boston that is it's been my cup of tea. It's a 24/7 facility. It's actually for Delta Airlines. So everything that gets loaded for the planes gets through this, and it's,
Wow.
it's been a five phase project, but it's 24/7. So, whether scheduling shutdowns or gas shutdowns, realistically, you have to be able to bend around the client. I have guys going in at 2:00 in the morning to do a shutdown because we can't interrupt the kitchen because they're prepping food for the international flights that are going out.
Oh. And Matt, how did you get in the construction field? So go back to a few years ago. Like, were you like always into building things? How did that roll out to be what you're doing today?
So it starts out, I was 12, 13. My stepdad was big into construction. If he was going to work on Saturday, hey, boots were going on and I was going to learn. And I kind of fell in love with it. And then trade school, when I, got into high school, became a thing. So I went to Bristol Plymouth for plumbing for 4 years. I did co-op. And then, I got out, unfortunately, at the '09 recession and kind of needed to find a niche. I found another company. I worked at the company for about 13 years. I've been friends with Mark and Rich forever. And then they started this RCL brand and just, I was a 6-person hired, but I had to get on the wave. The faith in them was very big.
That's amazing. On the side note, got your license to be a plumber?
Yeah. So I am a journeyman plumber in Mass and Rhode Island. I have my MedGas certification.
Looking for teachers there, Matt, right? Looking for teachers. Anybody wants to be a plumbing teacher down there at the Bristol Plymouth area?
I've thought of it. Maybe after the podcast we can talk a little bit and maybe see what avenue that could go.
So that's a good sidebar because I got a good conversation for you. But how about you, Sarah? What are some, not being in the construction industry for very long, and it's funny that you said that because when we go to schools and we talk to students, or go to a career fair, and I'm sure you guys have been in them too, right? You don't actually have to be swinging a hammer or installing drywall to be in the construction industry. You could be an estimator, right? And usually someone says, "Oh, you should experience in the industry before you become an estimator." But if you have a passion for the trade and what you do, you got someone that can teach you the trade part, right? You can't teach the passion part. What is it about the estimating that you have loved so much?
Yeah, so I've definitely taken a little bit of a different path to get here. So I am actually in plumbing school. So, I'm in tier 2 right now, but I also am lucky that I have such great mentors around me that help me. Our senior estimator, Ryan Teeden, he has really taken me under his wing and taught me so much. Similarly, Matt Ryan, and I go out in the field, so I'll swing a hammer here and there, well, a wrench or a pipe and things of that nature. But it's really more of I enjoy connecting with people. That's what I really love about the estimating process. We put a number together and know that it's the best number that we can provide a client with the best service. And it's believing and knowing that that's true. I really enjoy connecting with people and explaining why RCL Mechanical is the right choice for them to pick it. So
that's great.
It's just knowing that aspect of it.
And talk to somebody, Sarah, who's thinking about getting in the construction field, what would you tell them? What was some advice you'd give them?
Honestly, to begin to explore it. And like you said, it's not just what you might have considered it to be before, that there really are so many different avenues and there's so many different types of people and places and things that you get to experience within it that you didn't know were going to be possible. Connecting with people of like-minded, but also different-minded is really such an awesome opportunity. So take some time to talk to people who are in the industry, get to know what opportunities there are for you, even if it's not what you would typically think of.
Does anybody from RCL Mechanical ever go to like a career fair down that neck of the woods? Do you get to do that? Do you get to travel to schools to talk to people?
So
Yeah.
I've done it once or twice. I think the next up is going to be Sarah's going to be jumping in a little bit more just because, women in this industry is a lot different in construction. So, I think it gives a peace of mind and a little bit of a comfortability factor, to walk into like a career fair or a job fair at a school and, see a female and explain, hey, I was a teacher at one point and I actually changed my entire career around and this is where I'm at now. And I think that will open up a lot of eyes versus, a rugged construction worker standing there and just, yep, I've swung a hammer. Yep, I've done this. It's just, it opens up to like a whole new avenue.
Yep, that's a good point. I think that's a fantastic point. Matt, what about you? Some advice if you were to give somebody, if you went back and if you could go back in time and talk to someone about the construction industry, what would you tell them?
Become an electrician.
A lot of plumbers say that.
I think that's the ongoing joke. I honestly think I think understanding and getting into like a smaller mom and pop company like RCL, maybe even starting out in like residential and service, learning that aspect, I think is huge. I started that when I did co-op and then kind of work into the commercial aspect. I think working in, Mrs. Smith's house and understanding that and then taking that into a commercial aspect, I think really opens up your eyes and opens up the horizon.
What about as far as some of the so talking about the RCL Mechanical, and you guys have a service division, which I think is great, right? Now you guys do the installations of things, but you guys have a whole service group. Talk a bit about either Sarah or Matt. Talk about the service group and what are some of the things you guys do there?
You want it, Sarah? Or do you want me?
Sure. Up to you. I can take it. So, so we do have a service department as well. So we have the commercial, residential, and service. We offer a service, when we go and we install, we offer a yearly service that we can provide as well. So what it provides comfort for our customers, knowing that we're not just there, we're not going to put it in, we're going to make sure that it's running, we're going to do our yearly checkups, we're going to show up and make sure that it continues to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Matt, do you want to add to that?
Please
Yeah,
ask.
so with a lot of our residential customers and our service customers, we offer like PMAs, which is preventive maintenance agreements. So basically, it's a yearly plan that, hey, if we put this boiler in, we'll come back every 6 months or every year for a flat rate fee. We'll service it, but at the same time, you get us for a 24/7 on call. So if your water heater goes out in the middle of the night, your boiler goes out in the middle of the night, you can pick up the phone, call, someone's going to answer. We're going to dispatch a service technician out there, and they're going to, we have fully stocked trucks and warehouses with all heating, boilers, water heaters. So if, it's 4 a.m. and your boiler's not going, we probably have the parts to get it up and running.
I was just telling Sarah about my own personal boiler story here yesterday. I was home, woke up at 5 in the morning to go to work, and I realized my boiler wasn't working, and didn't have any oil. That definitely doesn't help when you run out of oil. But when they came to they came out and fixed it, which is great. But they came out 8 hours later, still no heat. It is what it is, right? I ran out of oil, so.
It's a gut wrenching feeling. Trust me. I came home one Friday and my boiler downstairs / water heater, been at work since 5 a.m., go to shower and I have cold water and I go, uh-oh. It's never a good feeling.
And I'm not a service guy by any stretch of the imagination, but I know just from the sounds that the system's making that it's not running right. And when you get downstairs and there's no pressure and no temp, and you're like, reset button don't work. It's time to call the experts. So it's not a good feeling. Let's talk about company culture, because I know RCL Mechanical believes firmly in that. Sarah, talk about the culture. What makes the culture of RCL Mechanical so great?
Yeah, truthfully, I think that's what makes RCL is the culture. It really is unmatched. I feel really lucky to be a part of it, and I haven't been a part of anything like it before. Everyone believes in the forward motion that, we are progressing and we are all working together to progress. Everyone knows everyone, so I think that's huge in itself, but it starts from the top. Mark and Rich, our owners, they put such an emphasis on it daily to make sure that we're all happy. So, from us to the guys, everyone, when you hire RCL, that everyone believes in the project. We're not just showing it up and getting it done. We're making sure that it's successful because we know RCL's name is on it, and we're all proud to wear that RCL name.
What about you, Matt? Same question to you.
I honestly, I've been friends with Mark and Rich before RCL started. The family niche that we have is just, I'm no estimator. I know nothing about estimating, but if Sarah or Ryan, ask for my input, I give my input. If they need my help to go by a job site and do a walkthrough and cover for them, and the roles reverse. I think, the family bond that, RCL has is just something that most companies don't. You can walk in the door, and whether Mark has 75 meetings or Rich has 75 meetings, they'll give you that, they'll talk with you. Hey, how's it going? They know the background of every guy here. You're just not a number on the wall of like, hey, you're just going out in the field and doing this.
And just for me being on the outside looking in, just from connecting with Mark or having him on the podcast or sponsoring the podcast or just sending him an email, and the fact that he gets back to you within a couple of minutes, it's not like I got to wait 3 days and Mark, what's Mark doing? I haven't heard from me. He usually gets back to you pretty quickly, which is for a person running a business the size of what you guys are doing down there, it's pretty amazing. If just to have as many members as we kind of deal with every day. So what's next, do you think, for you, Matt? What's the next big thing on your to-do list?
I think for 2024, my big to-do list is really growing and mentoring the guys that we have, really building from the ground up, really building the next upcoming foreman, the next upcoming journeyman, the next top tier guys, really setting up the apprentices. I have a plan reading course that I'm going to be hosting at the shop for, journeymen, apprentices, and really teaching them how to, go turn by turn on a project and kind of really help build and mentor, because I was mentored when, I started in the industry. And I think that's what made me so successful, was the mentorship that I've gone through. So getting these guys to kind of spend time and mentor them, I think is going to be my big thing for 2024.
You think about it, right? Eventually, Matt Ryan's not going to be here anymore, and who's going to be able to pass down the knowledge, right? Especially, we can't take Matt's brain and put it on a thumb drive and put it on a computer somewhere. And Matt's going to physically be there to give the knowledge, and then you never know who you're going to mentor that says 10, 15 years from now, I was mentored by Matt Ryan. He taught me everything I know, and I'm going to pass that knowledge on. Sarah, how about you? As far as if you're going to plumbing school a couple nights a week, that's going to be a lot of fun for you, especially you get to see things in action now. What's up for you for 2024?
Yeah, absolutely. Continue to go through school, but definitely a lot of bell rings, hopefully, in my future. So in our office, when we are awarded a job that we price, we get to ring the bell in the office. So goes with our culture. I love the celebration of it, but it really brings us together. So I hope we have lots of big bell rings in the future for us, and just continue to grow and connect with new contractors. That's really where my passion lies right now. Getting to explain what RCL is all about and getting our name out there.
So you kind of said in like a roundabout way, some of the projects you're working on. Is there any particular type of contractor that you're willing to work with that you're not working with right now? Because it seems like you do a bunch, right? Between the restaurants, the fast food stuff, the vet clinics is pretty wild. But what is one particular type of contract you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
We're looking to get into more of the HVAC. We've definitely done a good amount of both plumbing and HVAC, but we're looking to grow to provide a dual service for our customers, doing plumbing and HVAC together on a site. Some cool, we're doing Raising Cane's right now. We just finished up 2 of them, hoping to do a third. And that's always exciting, getting to go and eat the Raising Cane's chicken fingers after I took the estimate off for the project has been a highlight of the year for me. So definitely continuing to grow with different contractors, but also being a repeat contractor that someone can know and trust. That's a big goal for mine this year, as well as being someone that they can call and know we will show up, we will get the job done for them, and we're going to do it well.
Passionate things you're most passionate about. I know, Sarah, being a teacher, when you told your friends and family you were leaving the teaching role behind, right? You're giving up, my summer's off, vacations. Well, what age kids did you teach?
I did middle school. So I did middle school special ed. So 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
And then when you told your family you're leaving the teaching role behind to get into construction, what they say to you?
Honestly, I had really, really positive support.
Wow.
And I was able to, which is impressive, is I was able to pull up RCL's website, show the company that I was going to, and show it was a reputable company. And I kind of jumped in head first and haven't turned around. And then since, we really need great teachers in the world, but I've had people reach out and say, hey, how do I do it too? And truthfully, my advice is it's never too late to start, right? So if you've ever heard the saying, it's never too late to be brand new. I really try to live like that and by that. And why not now? Why not go into construction and work for RCL?
And then Matt, you get your assistant back there. Is he ready to jump in the construction world too? You got him going on job sites?
Yeah, so actually, my son Nick, he actually works for RCL. He's actually doing co-op right now in the service department. So he's actually doing HVAC. So he's been mini splits, and he graduates this year. So he'll be ready to come on full time.
That's great. That's teaching the next generation of people, right? Especially your dad taught you. You're going to teach him. So just keep on going from there. And it's hard when you talk to some of the school, high school kids. They don't know what they want to do. Right? They don't have someone like Matt at home saying, listen, construction was good to me. It's provided for the family. Now it could be good for you and your family. Some of these guys want to go to school and pay $200,000 in college debt, right? When they could be working in a trade and have no little to no debt and be making just as much money coming out of school, which is fantastic. All right, now comes everybody's favorite part of the podcast. It's going to be the lightning round. We'll ask you 10 rapid fire questions. Rapid fire questions this month brought to you by New Horizon Finishes. We're going to start with Sarah. Sarah, if you could put anybody on Mount Rushmore, who would it be?
Might be unpopular, but I'm a big Swiftie, so I'm gonna have to go with Taylor Swift.
Ooh, all right, that's good. Good for you. Let's say, I love it. Super Bowl champion, whatever. Matt, same question to you.
Tom Brady.
That's a good one. Can't go wrong with that one. Did you think that Pat Mahomes?
I think he's going to surpass him. Unfortunately, I think it's going to happen.
If you think about where Pat Mahomes will be in 15 years, right? I'll be in my 60s. He could still have 6, 7 rings, right, and be just as good as or better than Brady. The tough part's going to be when he gets older and the people around him start to leave, right? Or if Andy Reid's still the coach. So that's a huge ask to be winning as much as they're going to win. All right. If when you at your funeral, who would you want to play at your funeral, dead or alive, Sarah? Who would you pick? Can't pick Taylor Swift either. I know I should have.
It's crazy, but I always say if my funeral, I want everyone to show up wearing yellow. I want everyone to be. I truthfully playing Taylor Swift, and I want everyone to enjoy and have a drink in their hand. I don't want any tears. I want yellow happiness. If you know me, I love sunflowers. So if I can't pick Taylor Swift, I'll go with maybe some Miley Cyrus in there too. Something upbeat, keeping the fun memories going.
Matt, same question to you. Who's playing at your funeral?
Probably Luke Combs. I'm a big country guy. I like his music. So,
all right, that's a great one. That's a great one. Let's see here. What's another good one? Oh, if you're having a food fight, what's your weapon of choice? And you can't say mashed potatoes.
Ooh, you knew I was going to say mashed potatoes. I feel like you're excluding all my answers before I say them.
We ask the hard-hitting questions on the podcast here. We dig deep into your psyche about weapons. Matt, if you got an answer, we give Sarah a second to think about it. What do you got?
I'm probably going to say pudding.
The pudding
a little same consistency, can kind of sling it a little bit.
What's the spoon slinging it? Sarah, what do you got?
I was gonna go pizza. I feel as if you can get a good sling on a pizza. You could take it apart, get a good sauce splash going on out there. I'm gonna go pizza.
Any hidden talents, Matt? What do you got? Any hidden talents?
I sing in the shower sometimes. I don't really have many hidden talents. I don't think, unless if my wife was home, probably that I don't do the laurlaundry. But
that's no, geez. We don't want to make Mrs. Ryan mad. I don't need that trouble hitting on my. I get enough trouble with my own wife here. I don't need to be pissing Mrs. Ryan off. She just gave me the nasty look. Oh man! All right, Sarah, what about you? Hidden talents.
I wish I could say I could sing. I enjoy singing. I enjoy dancing. Definitely do it around the office. On the daily. So I don't know about any true talents. I'm pretty adaptable. I don't know if you'd consider that a talent, but I'm pretty adaptable. I think I can jump into different situations pretty easy. But nothing cool.
How about what fictional family would you like to be a member of? Fictional being like make believe. Matt, what do you got? Any fictional family you want to be part of?
The Simpsons.
That's a good one. Simpsons is a good one. Who would you be, like a neighbor, like the crazy neighbor?
I'd probably be the crazy neighbor. I don't want to be fully part of the family. I'd like to kind of look in and kind of get a little bit of laugh, and then I can return back to my house.
Simpsons, yep. Is that old? I've been a Simpsons fan since the '90s, so yeah, it's a good show. Sarah, fictional family, what do you got?
No, it's a different form of a family, but I'm gonna join the Suits family. They're a work family, but they're truly at the end of the day a family, and I think they always stand up for each other and are there for each other. So I'm gonna go Suits, the Suits family.
Suits reference Netflix show. Good.
Yep.
We always talk about this in the podcast. What are you watching right now, Matt? Anything you're watching interesting on TV or streaming?
The wife and I actually just finished up Suits, and then been watching The Rookie, and that I think that comes back next week.
Sarah, what are you watching?
New season of True Detective comes out on Sundays. It's really good. That's a good watch. Comes out on Sunday, watching it on Sunday type of show.
That's the Jodie Foster Northern Lights, Northern. Yeah, it's a good one. My wife and I were watching The Traders on Peacock. It's a TV, it's like a game show, reality game show. They put 21 reality stars at this castle, and then the host of the show picks a couple of people, two people to be traders, and they're not allowed to tell anybody that they're traders. So every week there's a game, right? And then they vote, the group votes somebody off that they think is a traitor. And then later at night, the traders murder somebody and they don't know and you're trying to figure out who the traders are. Everyone in the 21 reality people are trying to figure out who the traders are. At the end, if there's a traitor left, the traders get to split the winnings, like $250,000. And if the faithful people who aren't traders vote the traders off, the faithful get the money. So it's all reality stars. Some of which I don't know. Some people like Below Deck or like Real World Challenge and some of the things, but it's the same thing every Thursday, and massive twists and voting people off and turning on one another, and it's good. It's really good. What about as far as are you a coffee or tea drinker, Matt?
I am a coffee guy. I like a brown sugar shaken espresso from Starbucks. That sounds very bougie of me, but I like a strong coffee.
Sarah, what about you?
Absolutely coffee. A coffee black for me.
Oh, black.
Yeah.
I thought you. I didn't take you for it. Are you a Starbucks person too? Black.
Yep. If even at Starbucks, I'll go black. The only time I don't is if we go to a society coffee bar over by us, and I'll get a fun one over there. They make a nice coffee.
Do you guys have like a coffee place you go to and you kind of set it right? It's the coffee bar. Matt, and you're a Starbucks guy. Do you ever venture no Dunkin', nothing like that, just Starbucks?
So actually Sarah just kind of hit the nail on the head. So I actually live in Taunton and right up the street of Society. So unfortunately, being a construction worker, they're not open at 4 or 5 a.m. So I got to deal with Starbucks. If not on the weekend, it's 1 to 2 trips there for me and the wife.
Jeez. Cat or dog person, Matt?
Dog. I have
Yeah,
one. I have one dog.
What do you got? What type of dog you got?
He's half shepherd, half lab, supposedly. But then when you do the DNA test, next thing you know, you find out there's 20 different things in him.
Sorry, how about you, cat or dog person?
I'm a dog person. No dogs for me here, though, unfortunately.
All right. So that is the folks over at RCL Mechanical. Appreciate guys coming on very much. I know having the two gone has been pretty awesome for me, and I know that the folks on RCL Mechanical you guys are in good hands down there with these two. If you have any questions, we're going to put their contact information in the link below. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Mike.
It was great speaking to Sarah and Matt from RCL Mechanical. It was great to talk to them. It was something we've been planning for a long time, and to get them both on the same Zoom at the same time was fantastic. It may be February and we may be in the middle of the month, but we've got lots of trainings coming up. Allison, what do you got for us?
Yeah, in a couple weeks, we have an in-person hot work class, February 21st from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's a quick class. You get your card mailed to you, one and done, which is really great. And if you can't make that date, we have that online class on our website available 24/7. It's the same amount of time, about 3 hours at your own pace. If you need to pause, come back, you can do that, which is great. Adds a little bit more convenience. You can do it wherever is most comfortable or convenient for you. If you have questions about that, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. We have a crew leader class coming up. That's a 2-day course, March 4th and 11th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Both of these courses are at the ABC GCI Woburn office. And then finally, we have the OSHA 10-hour for construction. That's going to be a 3-day course, March 6th, 13th, and 20th, again at the ABC GCI Woburn office. It's an evening course, 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. for all 3 sessions. You can check out all these classes and the rest of what we have available at gwgci.org/events.
Awesome. And now it's time for the news. And this week's news is sponsored by Energy Electrical Contractors, Metro Walls, and Veterans Development Corporation. This is all being read right out of the newsletter that gets out on Mondays. Charlie Chapio sends it over from communications@abcma.org. ABC's feature news of the week includes a letter from the chairman of the ABC board, Mr. Joe Camillo, and he is talking about new data that shows nearly 90% of U.S. construction workers chose not to join a union. In Massachusetts, more than 82%, according to Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics, data analyzed by unionstats.com. The open shop numbers are even higher among African-American construction workers. Yet, once again, we find ourselves fighting a union-only project labor agreement. Definitely check out the newsletter if you want to read more, and check out the ABC blog. Very important, we've got an ABC Massachusetts member companies succession planning seminar coming up on February 15th. It's going to be done here at the Woburn office from 7:30 to 9 on February 15th. You can learn more by reaching out to Carol at abcma.org. Wentworth Institute of Technology is offering you Leadership in Built Environment Academy. Same thing, reach out to Carol if you want more information. It's a great for both participants and executive leadership to feature as discussion leaders in our lessons from the leading edge session and as coaches. So this could be a great opportunity for ABC members to partner. And let's see what else we got. Some upcoming events. Same thing, what keeps you up at night. Seminar for business owners, February 15th. Prevailing wage compliance webinar coming up on February 22nd. Lunch and Learn 7 Steps to Better Procurement presented by Kojo. So reach out to them. Don't forget to schedule your time to come to the Meet the Generals event at Gren Links on April 4th. And then we've got the GCI, the ABC Golf Tournament taking place on June 20th at Pine Hills. So 2 upcoming events, April 4th, Meet the Generals, June 20th at the golf tournament. Building Mass Careers Update. Steve Sullivan and I attended the Burlington Career Fair, met some great students, talked to some great people. There's some pictures and things like that in the newsletter. And then let's see some member updates. We've got 10 new members coming to the chapter, so welcome to all of them. We've got my membership development group, Delphi Construction, Greenleaf Construction, Gen Con Service, Tropiano Incorporated, CAM HVAC and Construction, EA Quinn Landscaping, Fitzmyer and Taki, Building People, and Herc Reynolds of North Billerica. Congratulations to Callahan Construction Managers for being named the Better Business Journal Middle Market Leader. And congratulations to Bowden for winning a gold award from the DBIA in New England. And as always, if you want to be on the podcast, reach out to me, Mike, at gwgci.org. And we'd appreciate it if you would follow us on Instagram, ABC GCI Coffee Break, and subscribe on YouTube. It's your call to action for the week here. So
Do it.
We've got some great things coming up. Got some exciting news.
Put a hypnotizing swirl on the YouTube.
That's a good one.
Follow, subscribe,
Please.
subscribe
We got
to
some
our
new-
YouTube.
We got some exciting things coming up next couple of weeks, and we want everybody to be part of it. Don't want anybody to miss. So stay tuned. Like, take, share, and follow. We will talk to you next week.